Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel, the channel of B Kamira. Thank you for liking, subscribing, being here, being you. There's only one of you here. Be the best. It's a little hot, let me take this off. And thank you for watching this video, sharing your time with me, and being a part of my dream and my journey. So
But other than that, I had a good motherfucking time, yo. I had a ball. We had a time.
today I have another video on mental health. On my channel I have a lot of videos about mental health, depression, anxiety, being suicidal. That is part of my story and part of my life, and I have no problem speaking on it and helping others. But today I wanted to do a video kind of on how I pulled myself out of depression, and I just want to talk about that journey. I don't think I have a video like this on my channel. I might have videos talking about what helped me, but I want to give you guys a rundown, like really on my journey onto how I pulled myself out of depression. Because in pulling yourself out of any mental illness, like it's hard, and it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of resilience, and it takes a lot of bravery. So let's get into it. When I first was dealing with depression and I was a teenager and I was going into my 20s, I kind of made or accepted that maybe this will be my life forever. Like maybe I will be depressed forever. Maybe I'll just be a sad girl forever. Like I was starting to kind of just accept it because I was in depression for years and for so long. It was kind of like my new normal, or starting to become my new normal. But it will always come in like waves in terms of the suicidal part. Like I knew it got bad when I started having those thoughts, you know, and it was like, oh no, like baby, it's starting to get bad again, da da da. And then like after I would go to therapy, talk my shit out, then I would be fine again for months. And then like, and I mean fine in the sense that like I was still depressed but it wasn't like I was suicidal. It was just like I'm just functioning in the world, but I'm still sad. I still probably cry myself to sleep, and I still don't have no hope, you know. And then the suicidal would come back, and then it would just kind of be that kind of cycle. So yeah, I kind of made, or I was starting to like just be like, I wonder if this is my life forever. And you know, I was just kind of asking myself that, asking the universe that, asking my higher self. And it got to the point though that as I was growing up in my 20s, it just got to the point that it was like, you know what, I actually don't want to accept that, and I don't want my life to be like this. Like, you know, my frontal lobe started, you know, firing up. So, the year 2023, I was with my boyfriend, and I was starting to get really, really frustrated because I was telling him like, yeah, I want to kill myself. And I started getting frustrated within myself because I was like, bro, like, I don't know why I'm here again. I literally like, I've been fine, I'm here again. And I started getting angry because I'm like, what the fuck is really going on? Why am I here? But after that time in 2023, I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like I have to try to be happy, and I have to try to help myself and heal, because I will never be at this place again. Like I will never be, I'm tired of being at rock bottom wanting to die. Like, so I was like, I can't do that again. And y'all, I made it a mission to just pull myself out of that. I made it a mission to become joy and become love and become everything that I truly am, and possibly things that I needed while I was like depressed, or the person that I needed. And I was like, you know what, I can't, like, you know, I just can't, I don't want to live the rest of my life like this. And then being with my boyfriend, like obviously I saw a future with him, and I saw like, I actually would marry this person, I actually would have kids with this person. But you know, like that obviously requires you to be living here and like committed to like living a life with a person, you know. You like, for me to be suicidal, like okay, that's not funny, just so y'all know. I can laugh about it because I'm out of it, thank God. But yeah, so into what I did to pull myself out of that. And I want everybody to know that this is just what I did, and maybe it can help somebody out there, and that's all that matters to me. But just know that we are all different, and everybody has their different type of ways and things that we all enjoy and stuff, right? But me, how I did it, immediately meditation. immediately. Somehow, some way, I came across Joe Dispenza on YouTube, and this was also when I started thinking about what I really wanted to do in my life. What was my dream? What does my life look like if I, like, you know, said fuck the world and just went for everything that I wanted? So I was having a lot of motivational stuff and motivational podcasts also on my YouTube. So I was having Joe Dispenza, those motivational podcasts like Jay Shetty, and you know, they would interview like celebrities, and these people are telling you, you know, how they made it and everything. So I'm listening to all of that stuff, but immediately meditation. And because I remember Joe Dispenza used to say that people were healing themselves of illnesses, that people were healing themselves, creating their dreams coming true and stuff. So I was like, oh, I need to get into that. And then obviously, as I'm researching meditation, it was like it actually can be good for your mental health. It can help with anxiety. It can help with depression. People are healing themselves of anxiety and stuff. So obviously, with me having a little bit of anxiety with my depression, I was like, oh, let me try it. You know, I could definitely devote 15 minutes of my day to sitting down meditating. And you know, of course it was hard, like at first, like it was hard, you know, my mind was racing, hella thoughts coming through. I'm just like, what the fuck? But yeah, so meditation is one way that helped me pull myself out of depression. I love meditation down. I feel like everybody should meditate, and there's different forms of meditation. Like, you know, you don't have to like sit still and crisscross applesauce. You can do a walking meditation. You can meditate while you exercise. You can meditate. You know, meditation is basically just something that helps your brain to slow down. And so most of the time it's silence, right? Or you're sitting in silence to help your brain slow down and to start connecting different neural pathways and all that stuff. Like, if you guys search up Joe Dispenza, he will tell you like everything. I don't want to make this whole video about meditation, but it helped me so much. And it also helped for me to sit down and actually do affirmations. You know, I love you, you are worthy, you are deserving, you are happy, you are joyous. You know, just saying those things to myself through meditation as well, that obviously became repetition, and my brain started, and like, you know, when you were telling yourself this at first, it's like, bitch, I don't fucking love myself, fuck. But yeah, when you're still telling you, it's gonna feel uncomfortable, but then eventually, like, you're gonna get there where it's like, oh, okay, like, no, I actually do love you, like, you're really that bitch, like, you like, your mama made a star, girl, like, you know, you get to that point. So yeah, meditation has 100% helped me. I cannot rave about that enough. Look into it, try it, okay? And that's literally what I thought. I was like, I need to at least try, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and make excuses. No, I need to get my ass up and I need to at least try this, you know? It has helped so much. I think that's gonna bring me into another thing that helped me get out of my depression was healing. Healing and meditation for me is combined, because meditation helped me with healing. It helped for me to sit down and see things within myself that I wanted to change, or things within myself that I just had because of what I went through as a child. Like, it helped me really see and observe that and see, okay, I am thinking this thought, or I am thinking this thought, I'm thinking this thought. And then healing also required for me to go back and see my family's history with mental health, with life. And with all of that combined, I really started to see, like, okay, just because I was raised a certain way, or just because maybe it runs in my family, or just because, you know, I'm hurt from my childhood, doesn't mean that I had to continue to bring that into my life, you know? And I think everybody's different when it comes to healing, but for me, that was a huge part of my healing, was reparenting myself as well, and reparenting my inner child, speaking to my inner child. And that's where meditation helped me, because I could close my eyes, I could really think about, go back to, and Joe Dispenza talks about this too, I could go back to the scene of traumas. And you know, sometimes it's hard, you start crying and stuff, but it helps so much to go back to the memories and just sit there with yourself, sit there with your inner child, with whatever you went through or whatever you do remember, you know? And then it helps for you to just, like, as you're revisiting it and it helps you make peace with it, and now you can let it go. So that whole like healing process and everything helped me so much, because some of my depression was coming from my childhood and from my family. No tea, no shade. That's just what it was for me in my mind, you know. Like in my mind, like I was like, I hate the world, I hate people, like I feel like my family let me down, and I have videos on here talking about that too, about how my parents like broke my heart. So yeah, some of my depression was coming from that, just feeling unloved and feeling different and just being sad and depressed over that. So by healing plus meditation, I was able to bring that love back to myself, reparent myself. And then obviously throughout my days, you know, you're starting to catch things about yourself, what you think and what your habits are, and now you're able to like actively, consciously change it. So that is another way. Another way that I pull myself out of depression, or another tip or whatever that I would say, is to give yourself time. And also, sometimes you do have to leave the environment that hurt you. So, you know, in 2023, I ended up moving out with my boyfriend, and this is my first time out on my own, you know, no family, no sisters, like just my first time out on my own with my boyfriend. And I remember just being like, okay, like while I'm on my own, like I'm gonna give my all. Like I'm gonna give my all to my dream. I'm gonna give my all to healing. Like, you know, I was kind of selfish and stubborn with that, and but it helped. It did help me. Like, even though I went through a lot, y'all, a lot of tears, I'm saying, like a lot of tears and emotions, like it helped so much being on my own. I just really made it a point to, if I needed to cry, because, you know, at my house I didn't feel really safe to cry. I didn't really feel safe to rest. Like I always just felt on survival mode. So when I moved out, like obviously I was still in survival mode and stuff, but I still gave myself, I obviously had a new environment, my own environment, to rest, relax, cry if I needed to cry, journal, think all the time. You know, I really just had so much more time to myself that helped me as well. And it also helped me like dive into things that I love, making YouTube videos, cooking, watching TV, and you know, like when you're on your own, you just learn a lot about yourself. But you also learn, or something that I learned was like, you can do whatever you want. You know, like as a kid sometimes it's hard because you know, you do have guardians and your parents are telling you what to do, and it's just like, oh, I can't even really move. Versus as an adult, like, no, this is your life. You can do whatever you want to do. You have freedom, you have time. Your life truly is what you make it when you're an adult, for real. You know, you can either choose to continue things from your childhood and continue those routines, continue those habits and stuff, or you could decide like to change and, you know, give your all to who you are. So that's what I did, and that helped me so much too, because it helped me be more confident, and it helped me with my strength, honestly, within myself, and trusting myself, because there was a lot of times that I was taking a lot of risk, and, you know, I was like, I really didn't know what to do. I had a lot of confusion, a lot of hurt, guilt, but I was not giving up. I still was doing my meditations. I still was just crying it all out, like, ooh, emotionally, ooh, but it had to come out. It had to come out. It had to come out. Like, but that's what pulled me out of it. Like sometimes we're depressed because we don't give ourselves the space to feel, right? So, or me, for example, like I'm a feeler. Like that's me. I'm a feeler. I'm an emotional creature. If I don't feel my emotions and sit the fuck down and feel them, like I become depressed. Because I'm not letting it out. So it's all just storing up in me. And then all of a sudden I'm wondering why now I don't feel nothing. Now I feel empty and numb, because I'm not giving and especially your body, like if you don't give your body the chance to release emotions, at least, like it's gonna be stuck in there. So yeah, that year I definitely had to cry it out and feel it. And that's another thing that helped me pull out of my depression, was to feel. Because even the year when I came back to live with my parents, it was like the same shit. Or not the same shit, but it was like something, it was like more that I had to feel and let go of. And then obviously being back with my parents and my sisters were here, like, you know, it brought up a lot of things I had to revisit. And it also showed me how much I changed though, and how much work I did do. But, you know, it still was like, am I gonna continue this work, or am I just gonna fall back into like who I was with my family, and I had to really learn, like, or I had to just really keep going. But same thing though, crying it out, crying myself to sleep, feeling everything, feeling grief, and you know, it's like, damn, do I ever catch a motherfucking break with this feeling shit? You know, but turned it into a superpower. So yeah, that mainly all of that is my journey and what I did to pull myself out of depression. It's true that once you get tired of something and you've had enough, like you've had enough, and you make it a point to change. And that's just how I was. I had enough of the depression, like dead ass. Like I had enough. I wanted to live life, you know, like I want to be happy. Like I don't want to feel, I used to feel so lost and empty and unloved, and I was like, I don't want to feel like this. Like, yeah, I could just end my life, but like that's not gonna do nothing, especially if you believe in reincarnation. You know, if you don't fulfill your lessons and stuff that you're supposed to do, you're gonna come right back to do it again. And I was like, fuck, like so, you know, sometimes you gotta sit and do the work. You gotta sit and do the work. But that's, once again, the work looks different for everybody, and I encourage everybody who wants to maybe start or is doing it, like, continue researching, continue trying new things, go on walks and go try new hobbies and see what you like and see what sparks within you, because that will help as well. And cultivate things that you can incorporate into your everyday life and into your everyday self-care and mental health. Because once again, one thing about it, if you don't want to go back, like, you're gonna make it a mission to not go back. Like me now, I'm better. I haven't had a suicidal thought or nothing. You know, my period come though, I do get a little sad, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I do be a little, you know, existential, but I still make it a point every day to go for a walk, go to the gym, listen to a song, watch a little bit of TV, read a book. Like, everybody's different, but incorporate things that are good for your mental health into every day. You know, go outside in the sun, drink water, eat your favorite foods, open your blinds up so that the sun can come into your home. Like, cultivate those your own self-care habits, because that will help you too. And not only will it help you, but on days where you, because you know, we're humans, like I said, me, I still have sad days. I still have days where it's like all these thoughts are just jumbled up, and it's like, oh my god, like, are you coming back? Like, why? You know, but we're humans. You're still gonna have sad days / maybe a bad day, a moody day, but even on those days, it's your habits and your self-care rituals and stuff that are going to be carrying you, right? So like before, like if I would have a sad, well, every day was a damn sad day, but you know, I would literally just sleep it away. Like, I would just be like, fuck it, I would just be sleeping 12 hours of the day, like not eating and shit. Versus now, I can have a sad day, I'm still gonna get up, I'm still gonna make a meal, I'm still gonna go to the gym, I'm still gonna listen to a song, I'm still gonna read a book, I'm just gonna do all of that a little sad, you know. But that helps, because I feel like as your days go on and the time goes on, like, it just helps for you to continue to still be at a floating type of level, I guess, or a comfortable level. Like, I don't really know how to explain it, but yeah, I just want anybody who may be dealing with mental health, depression, anxiety, bipolar, I just only had depression, anxiety, so I don't know too much about everything else. But a mental illness is a mental illness regardless. You are strong, and I am proud of anybody that is still here and trying every single day and in every moment. Be proud of yourself. Don't beat yourself up too much. Life is a little crazy, and life do be a little hard. But you are brave, you are strong. There's a lot within you that maybe you haven't met yet. There's a lot within you that is waiting to be unleashed, you know. Don't give up on yourself. And like I said, I know it's hard though, but if you're still here, like, that's a blessing, that's strength, and that's bravery. And I am so proud of anybody who may be watching this that once again is deciding like enough is enough, or is deciding that you want to try. Like, anybody who was in my shoes, I'm so proud of you. To my old self, I'm so, but like, it has been worth it. The whole ride worth it. You know, the universe truly does not make any mistakes, but you are deserving and worthy to be here, and you are deserving and worthy to give your all to yourself and at least try. If you don't, you know, at least if you try, you can say you try, and you can just try again and again. Every day is a new opportunity, you know. So, but know that you're worthy of effort. You're worthy of devotion. You're worthy of commitment to yourself. Like, you're worthy. And more importantly, that inner child within you needs you, and they are just as deserving and worthy to live a fulfilled life, even into adulthood. Even if, you know, your childhood was not the best, you still deserve to make a great life out of it. So I'm proud of anybody who is trying, anybody who is still here. I am proud of all of us. If you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to leave them. If I need to make more videos, I will. It's no problem. That's what I'm here for. Continue giving yourself grace and being kind to yourself. You are doing your best. And yeah, I love you guys. Continue being safe outside and cool. Drink your water. Don't drink and drive. Have fun outside, but be safe. It is a blessing to make it back home. It is a blessing to be you. Okay, there's only one of you here, like literally only one of you that has your heart and your brain and your thoughts and your personality. So baby, stay and keep on trying. You got this, and I believe in you. I love you guys. Bye.